Good morning, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. So this is a little bit of a different class that we're doing today. This is more of a, oh,
Is this Michael?
yeah.
Hey, Michael, Richard Moore. Hey,
Hi,
nice to meet
Richard.
you. All right, sorry to interrupt, guys. I didn't get to meet him in person.
See you later. So this class, this is the first time I'm doing I think first time I'm doing a class like this, where we're gonna talk about different tools and resources for realtors, right? That are gonna be helpful for you at some point in time. The first thing I wanted to talk about is we have our own intranet website. There's a Big Coldwell Banker, My CV Desk, kind of intranet system for all Coldwell Banker agents. But we have our own separate intranet. It's called you're gonna go to cbppintranet.com, and you're gonna register for it, right? We have to give you approval, and not anyone can just go in and sign up, so we have to approve you. So let me show you what, I guess, a couple of the good things I like about this that you can use it for. Let's see. And there's two things here I wanted to talk about. Oh, come on. One of those things where you gotta remember so many passwords. All right, this is working now. So when you log in, this is one of the I think best things about this is the vendor resource list. So you're gonna come across a client that needs a carpet guy or a handyman or someone that does driveways or landscape or whatever it is. This is a list of different vendors that our agents have used and recommended. So click on find out more. And there's not a category for everything because we haven't had someone recommend, something for everyone. But if there's someone that you work with that you want to recommend, we can add it to the list here. So like, for instance, air conditioning and heating, you click on that and it shows, each business and who recommended them. So this one was recommended by Shirley Cameron. This one was recommended by Richard Moore. So, this is a pretty good resource for you. How many of you guys think you'd use this?
Oh, yeah.
And if there's something that you're looking for that's not on here, you can send me an email. I'll email it out, distribute it to the office, saying like, does anyone know of a good, whatever window person in South Orange County? I'll email it out to the office. Usually someone will email you back with like, oh, hey, use my guy. So that's another way that you can pull some resources. The other thing I wanted to show you guys here is, say, my mouse is not working here. Go back to dashboard. This is something new that Cecilia just added to this. This tile item that says your marketing, your digital marketing plan. This is pretty cool because there's templates here for text messages that you can send clients. There are direct mail templates, like there's letters, typed out letters, ready for use, and social media shareables. I wanted to highlight this direct mail templates. I'm gonna click on enter. And there's letters for FSBOs, different categories, expired listings. And what you can do, what's pretty cool about this is that the templates are shareable in Canva. So if you have a Canva account, the templates are customized with Coldwell Banker logo and they make it look so much better. So when you click on it, you can say log into Canva and then it'll open up in Canva. Or what you can do is you can just click on one of the letters. If you want to just copy it and paste it into Word and make it your own, you can do that. So yeah, copy paste. And there's templates for everything here. So just go through them. It's a good resource to have. Sometimes you're wondering, God, what can I send out to these sellers? It might be someone, maybe investors, maybe like this, expired listings. What can I send out? What should I write? There's some ideas here. You can tweak them, do whatever you want with them. But I think this is a pretty cool resource here. Okay, let's get out of that one. And the next resource is My CV Desk. Oh, get here. I have my phone on me because it's gonna send me a code. Okay. Let's make sure it lets me in here. It's gonna let me in. Let me go back into this because it's not supposed to look like this. And this is like a tool hub for all the real estate resources for Coldwell Banker. For all the Coldwell Banker agents. So what I wanted to highlight here is if you go over to marketing on the left-hand side, click on it. You want to create a new signature, email signature, not have to type everything out, include the logo and everything. You just go here. When you click on marketing over here to the right, you're going to click on generate email signature. You're going to type in your title, company, we're Coldwell Banker Platinum Properties, what phone number you want to use, email, website. If you keep scrolling down, it's going to show you what it looks like. All you have to do now is highlight this, copy it, paste it into your Gmail signature or your Outlook signature, or whatever you're using, and now you have a nice looking signature. So again, these are like little things, but they're helpful things, right? Who doesn't have an email signature right now? Anybody?
I've got one, but it's not fancy. No logo graphics or anything.
That's a little fancy, right? Put a
Yeah.
little logo in there. Okay. All right, and then the other thing was the logo gallery. So you're still gonna stay here on marketing on the left-hand side, click on logo gallery. And this has all the Coldwell Banker office logos, so you're just gonna type in Platinum Properties. And it's gonna show you all the different variations of our logo, company logo that you can download and use. So usually people email me, hey, can you email me the company logos? You can do that, or you can log in here and just pick whichever one you want, because I'm gonna send you this one. Right? This right here, but there's different variations of it. Maybe you wanna use, this thinner one. So this is where you can download the logos from. Right, so we're done with this website. There's other resources here, but we're not gonna go over any of that. Let's see, what's this one? ocrealtors.org. Most of you have logged onto this, right? When you renew your fees, this is where you go. The resources that I wanted to share here are, you're gonna go to resources. Again, ocrealtors.org. Go to resources, go to business tools. And OC Fast Stats. This is a pretty cool report because it's like a market share report or market report, not market share, market report for particular areas. It could be a city, it could be a specific area within a city. So let me log in to show you guys. Let's say we want to pull up a report. Maybe I'm farming in the city of Irvine. I'm farming in Woodbridge. It's going to show me a market report and comparing it to last year at this time. So this is how many listings there were in 2024, February 2024. This is how many listings there were this year. And then, so this is a pretty cool chart here. So if you need something to send out, you can send this out, personalize it to your marketing area, wherever you're farming. You can post it on social media.
Is there an easy personalization option on here, or do we just like copy paste into Canva?
There is not, yeah, you're gonna have to, yeah. If you need help with it, you can just email me and I'll help you personalize it. Let's see. Yeah, so there's different, or you can do the full city, so just click on the full city. And this is just Irvine year over year. All right, let's close out of that. And then the other thing that I wanted to show you guys was, and this is more for social media. Why is it not going there?
Real quick question, I didn't check that out. PWR, do they have something similar to this, to your knowledge, or?
I'm not sure.
This is the board, right? Close
This
to-
is Orange County Road Commission, okay, yeah. I don't see why they wouldn't have it. But if you don't have access to it and you wanna report, let me know, I can put it up. Okay, so now, oh, that's why, okay, so we're gonna go back to resources, business tools. And then,
The layout is much better. Let's see.
so this is the other one, the snapshot. So this is like a social media post that you can use. And it shows you pretty much what's going on. So if you wanna use any of these or attach, detach to post on social media, so let's say I wanted to post. This is for Orange County. Just click on it, right click, save, download it, save it, and then post it to social media. It's just one thing you can add every month to your social media, right? But I thought that was a pretty cool resource or tool that you can use here. Let's get out of that and let's go into the MLS. And when you log into the MLS, you're gonna click on Realtor Property Resource. You can find the link here, or you can also find the link when you're in the actual MLS. There's additional links or useful links or whatever it is, and you'll find it there as well. So click on that. And see if I remember how to do this, because using RPR, and what I wanted to focus on with RPR today was school boundaries. Sometimes you're gonna have a buyer that's gonna say, oh, you know, I wanna buy in this area, but I wanna make sure that we're within this school district, because that's where the school that I want my kids to attend. So what you can do is you can look up school district boundaries. So let's say Irvine. No, there it is, Irvine. And it's gonna show you a map of Irvine. And over here on data layers, there should be one for,
schools.
yeah, this one here, right, that one. Public schools. Let's just do public schools. Let's say I have somebody in high school, right? And I want to look at the boundaries of the different high schools. So I can zoom in on the map. And it'll show the boundaries for the high schools. So now here again. See, if I click on that high school, it shows me where the boundaries are. See the outline? Let's click on another school just to see what it shows. Oops. See the orange line outline? So now we're gonna look within that, within those boundaries for property. So this is pretty cool.
That's really
Yeah.
useful.
Not a lot of people know this. They usually have to go to, I think it's,
I go,
like
there's a-
schools.org.
I go to great schools and use their ratings.
Or best schools.
Yeah,
Yes,
there's a bunch
yeah.
of them. But this is so much easier to find out which school, because otherwise you get like Irvine, Unified.
Right.
That's okay, it doesn't tell you which school. And
Well,
this-
not to mention, it shows you what listings are available
Yeah,
around
it's
that area, so
fantastic.
you can just click on the listing.
Yeah.
So anyway, this is what I wanted to show you guys on Realtor Property Resource. This does so much, so many things. You can do CMAs, you can do neighborhood reports. This is what I wanted to highlight. Again, I'm not going into everything that every tool does. There's just certain things I wanted to highlight that you don't normally see. Any questions on this? You guys could like dive in deeper and, you know, play with it, but that's what I wanted to show you there. All right, let's see, the next tool, what do I have for you guys up here? Oh, this is a really good one. Lawyers Agent One. How many of you guys downloaded this? Some of these are gonna sound familiar because I've talked about it before. So, Lawyers Agent One is a tool that you can download on your phone. It's an app that you can download on your phone. Or you can go to the website lawyersagent.com. It's free But if you wanna use the premium version, you pay, I think, $10 a year or something like that, or so $10 or $20 a year. And the premium gets you social media posts that you can add, that they have new posts that you can, they put up new posts every month. Depending on what season it is and how the market's going, and so it's useful, right, if you want it for that. But I think the most valuable thing about this is there's a seller net sheet. And a buyer, I guess, I don't know what they would call it. What was this allow? Let me click on the seller. Where's the seller? Just used to using this on my phone. Okay, so up here, you're gonna click on seller. I want to show you guys that first. So let's say you're at your kid's soccer game and someone knows that you're a realtor. And they say, "Hey, you're a realtor, right?" "Yeah." "So I was wondering, I want to know how much I'd make on my home if I were to sell it in today's market." And because you're the area expert, you probably already know what homes are selling for in the area. So you can give them like an idea. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna say, okay, if we sold it for 1,500,000. Okay. And you're gonna pay me 3% because I'm an awesome agent, but we're not gonna pay the buyer's commission. So buyer's gonna pay their own commission, so we're not even gonna do anything there. And where you're not gonna give any concessions, you just scroll down, and how much do you owe on your loan? "Oh, I owe about 270,000. Okay, and let's see, that's pretty much all you need to do here, and you're just gonna click on compute. It's gonna calculate what the title fees are, escrow fees, any additional taxes and so forth. And it's gonna say, this is how much you're gonna net. And it just took like a minute, right? And if you wanna email it to them or you wanna print it out, this is something you can use for a listing presentation as well. You're gonna know, because you're gonna ask the seller questions, right, about, hey, how much do you own the property and so forth, and you're gonna pull up a report like this and show different variations or scenarios on, if we sell it at 1.5, and I'm getting 3% commission, of course, this is how much you're gonna net at closing. If we sell for 1.55 and 1.75 at the same commission, whatever, this is how much you're gonna make, you're gonna net. So you have a few different scenarios just to give them an idea. And this is estimated, but this is very close to what they're actually gonna net. And so let's say we want to print this out. So we're gonna go to share to print or print. And there's different layouts that you can use. Let's say I like this one here. I want to use that one. Because I like the way that looks, or maybe you want to use this one. So what you can then do is you can either download this or email it. So on the left over here, you click email, send it via email, download it, it'll download as a PDF. You can print it. I think it's gonna open as a PDF so you can print it. Share, so I don't know why you would share this via social media, but or you can save it and come back to it later. Now, is that helpful? Is that something you guys think you can use? Yeah.
I've used the buyer version of it on the app on the phone. It's really useful.
Okay, so let's click on
I
buyer.
didn't realize it was a seller version.
Let's click on buyer. All right, Jonathan, tell me what you would do here on this buyer version of this. So tell me what to do here.
So, say the property's $1 million. Down payment's already in there, 10%, estimated interest is already in there. And then I would put whatever my fee is gonna be in, which is, be very optimistic at 3%, that's great. Don't put anything else in for concessions, or I just leave the estimated stuff in there, and then you get to the bottom, just hit compute. And it gives, again, a really nice estimate of what the out of pocket is going to be at the closing, and what the monthly payment is.
And with that English accent, I'm just gonna clip it and use it as an advertisement, and there we go. So let me see, it didn't take the compute, so compute.
Then if you scroll up, maybe. Is it on the right side?
It's computing now. All right, is it missing something?
There you go.
Oh, here it is, okay.
Yeah.
So this is what the monthly payment would be.
Yeah.
Based on the purchase price of $1 million with 10% down. And the agent fee of 3%. Let's say we're only gonna charge you 2%, because we're nice guys. Let's go down to compute. Did that go? That's what their monthly payment would be. This is how much they need to bring to closing.
Yeah.
I think this is awesome. So if you
Very
guys,
similar to Palm Agent.
yeah, it's the same thing, but this is just branded to lawyers.
Like what you're saying about the social media for an extra $10 a year.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, let me show you what that looks like, because I have premium, so I can click on, and there's other calculators too that you can use. But if you click on premium, if you pay the $10 or $20, whatever it is per year, there's different things you can use. I mean. Take it. So there's different charts here. We go to another one's just an actual image and not have to calculate anything. Yeah, but this is exactly Palm Agent. Yeah,
I was like, wait, it's looks familiar.
yeah. Have you used it?
Palm Agent, yes, I
Okay.
actually have the app, but I've never actually paid attention to the social media content, and that's something I wanna definitely continue to add to my business. Super helpful.
Let's see. So let's say you want to do something for, I think they even have it separated by social, like Facebook, Instagram. That's a good one.
Oh, that was great.
All my design skills is there. Let's see this one. What does this one say? Okay. But again, there's different things you can use here, and I think this is pretty cool. I mean, if you don't have anything yourself to post, this will personalize it. Yeah. So anyway, any questions on this?
That's great. I didn't even know it existed, this element of it.
Yeah, so when you click on premium, it'll ask you to pay $10 or $20 or whatever it is. I think it's $10.
Send a referral to Carlos.
Yeah. Well, we use lawyer's agent, you use Palm Agent, but with lawyer's agent, you have to go through and select which title rep you use, and we use Mary Guac. And then it'll give you the free account, but you already have Palm Agent, so I think you should be able to, I don't know.
I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, if they give you the premium option or not. Okay, so we're done with that. The next one that we're going over to is Zillow Rental Manager. So whenever you guys have a lease listing, it goes into Zillow, it goes into Zillow. It's weird because Zillow would always pull it from the MLS, but then for a while, they stopped getting the feed for all the lease listings and you had to enter it manually. And now they went back to automatically getting it from the MLS. So when you log in, you can either add pictures to it, you can change the text on it, whatever it is. You can get inquiries for showings on it. So let me show you what that looks like. I'm gonna go to Zillow Home, my manage rentals. My So if you guys see, like, this is one that I have, it's pending that it's gonna close pretty soon, but there's the listing information, go through and change and, update it, whatever you wanna do with it. Applications, you can accept applications through here. I still like to use, Rent Spree.
Yeah, I turn off Zillow applications
Yeah.
also whenever I use them. But 90% of all the leads I get for all the properties.
And the good thing about Zillow is that people go to Zillow to look for leases. So you're gonna get all the leads yourself. You don't have to wait for another agent to bring a tenant by. And then if you go over to messages, it'll show you all the inquiries and the responses you gave back and so forth. And if there's any showings, you can book them here and it reminds you. But anyway, the good thing about that is that you can download the app. And if somebody texts you or inquires about a property, you can just reply right back to the app. So it's like a messaging app, which is pretty cool. The thing that I noticed that it doesn't show open house dates on here. You don't have little banners on the leases that say open house on this date. So what I do is I go into the description and I type in the first thing on the description, open house, Saturday, Sunday, from this time to this time, because they're gonna see the description. So if it doesn't give you that option, you gotta work around it, right? And that's the best way for me that I found to do it. All right. So that's another good tool. So it's Zillow Rental Manager. So what I do is I just go to Zillow, I just go to Google, type in Zillow Rental Manager, do the search, and it's usually the first link that comes up. When I go to Zillow.com, for some reason it doesn't work. I have to go to Zillow Rental Manager and it takes you like another way or something. Maybe it's just me. All right, so the next thing is something pretty simple, your Google business profile. You're gonna go to business.google.com and you should have a business profile. Because if someone's gonna search you up, you want them to find you, and sometimes you're gonna be like way down the bottom of the list if you just have a website. But what you wanna do is, I wanted to show you a couple of examples, is like, somebody looks up, an agent.
This can be tied to your personal address though.
You can tie it to the company address. So I typed in one of our agents here, and he's got a Google business account. And the cool thing about this is you can ask for reviews, and they show up on here. So if you don't have a Google business account profile, create one. This is what that'll look like. Let's do, Golden Bowersock Realtor. Another one of our agents. He's got a bunch of reviews too. But see, it shows up on the right. Nothing else shows up except for him. Let's see. Let me look up, is that right?
Yep.
No business account. See?
Yeah.
They're gonna have to try to find you over here, but if you had a Google business account, it would show up on the right. So, right, so this is very beneficial. Let's close out of that. And tying into Google Voice. So when you guys first sign up, this is one thing that I try to bring up to you as an option if you don't want to use your personal cell phone number. Google gives you a free cell phone number. And it uses Google Voice. So what you can do is log into Google Voice. Once you create the account, it ties it into your cell phone. And what it does is forwards the calls to your number. So you can display or advertise your Google Voice number as a regular phone number. People call it and it goes to your phone. You can have it go that route, or you can download the Google Voice app itself. And it works as a separate phone app. So you're gonna receive calls to that app. You're gonna send text messages from that app. You're gonna get voicemails to that app. They're gonna be transcribed to voice messages, so you can listen to them and read them. And it'll also email you, if you choose to, a copy of that voice message to your email. So I think that's a pretty cool tool to use, especially if you don't want to use your personal, like, maybe you don't want to answer the phone after, 8 PM or 9 PM. I had an agent text me last night that they wanted to show my listing around 7:30 PM. Go for it. But like, Yeah, some people don't want to take calls after a certain time, right? So you can just set it to not receive calls from the, after, after 7 or 8 p.m. till 7 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
And then they don't have your personal cell phone number, so you're not getting calls there.
Have it absolutely necessary with property management, seeing 84 properties, I don't want them calling my personal cell phone and all that. Because when I first started, I only had like 4 or 5, and so we got vacation in Hawaii at 4 o'clock in the morning, I got a call that there's a plumbing issue. With the Google Voice, you can set up, if you have an Android phone, to where every time you make a phone call, you can choose which phone number shows up to the person calling, whether you want to do personal or Google Voice. And then, I can forward it to my phone when I am available to answer it, and when I'm not, I have an answering service, I just forward it to them. So they're all, people are dialing the same number, but I can decide where that number is.
How long have you had that?
15 years, something like that, I would say.
Because I signed up for one, I had a nightmare.
Okay, so what I would recommend is when you create it, say it's a personal account.
Which is what I did.
You did business.
No, I did
Right.
personal. And
Sure.
it got suspended.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't paying for a business account.
Mine's
And-
free.
And yeah, but I think you guys have had it so long, you've been grandfathered in.
Yeah.
Whereas the new ones, if you set it up as personal, and this is my experience.
Yeah.
It got suspended and there is no support. You can't read any.
I've had other new agents sign up for Google Voice and it works fine.
No,
But I report is, you're right, Google doesn't really do a whole lot with support.
Well, because it's free, but
oh, I would have paid.
Yeah.
And so now I'm just paying for a second line on my phone. So I have a business line, which is, whatever, it's a month.
well, and then the cool thing about this too is that you can have it open on the side, like on a tab like this, be logged into it. And if someone texts you, you can just type in, instead of typing on your phone with your big old sausage fingers trying to, type a, whole paragraph about something, explanation, you could just log in and just type into the message and then it texts to them, so. I don't know, that's a very useful tool there. All right, let's see, what's the next one I have for you guys here? Chat GPT, you guys all know about this. I can't stress this enough, and I think nobody can stress this enough, how important this is for real estate. And one of the main things that I use this for is to type up a property description for a listing. So, just for instance, let's do, write me a property description for a home with 3 bedrooms, 4 bathroom, 3 bath, let's say 3 bathrooms.
Can we try, well, when you're done with this, can we try where we just put in an address of a home and see what it can find?
Sure, let's do that.
Yeah.
Because if you just got the new listing, and there might be upgrades on the property, right?
Right, but it'll be a good starting point. where it's
Yeah,
like, it'll look droppable listings or whatever it's got access to.
2 levels, pool, spa, near golf course. I'm thinking about mine, so like. Let's see, vinyl plank flooring, how do you spell it? Mine is vinyl, V-I or V-Y?
VINYL. That's how
Uh,
the people start.
All right, let's see what it comes up with.
Yeah.
Okay, let's shorten it. That might be a little too long. There we go. It sounds nicer than what I would have done.
Very good.
Can you do write a property description for, and I'll give you an address? One 9992, so 3 nines. 2 Canyon Drive. Yorba Linda. Just do it.
It's not your house, is it?
It is.
Oh, look, it's looking up Zillow. Did you see that?
Yeah. Generous. Features a lot. I mean, it's pretty basic, but it is a good starting point.
Yeah.
Price standpoint.
Solar panel, wow, that's pretty accurate.
Yeah, solar panels.
No, everything's, it's got up there is accurate.
Do you guys see that? All you have to do is type in an address and ask it to come up with its property description for it, and it looked in Zillow,
Google Maps.
it looked in Zillow, Redfin, what else? This is everywhere it looked,
I mean, now, to be fair, it was listed just like a little over 2 years ago.
yeah.
So it's probably pulling a lot of that information.
But most
even
houses were listed at some point, right?
If you do an older one, it'll probably pull a lot of that information from the older listing, and you just gotta go through and edit out the upgrades you've done since then.
Yeah, so this is really cool. You can ask it to come up for marketing, a marketing plan. For the next 12 months, I want one marketing idea for each month for the next 12 months.
Can I try to use like Gemini, Google's Gemini that they tried to give me with this phone?
Yeah.
Not be as good as like what.
Well, there's ChatGPT, there's Perplexity, there's Grok, which is that one's pretty powerful.
I need to
man.
check that one out.
Grok is the one from X or Twitter.
Yeah.
And then you have Gemini from Google. So you could try all the different ones out, and then some are gonna be better at one thing or another, so yeah, try them all out. I have them all installed on my phone.
I think Grok's like $20 a month, $30.
It's free,
Is it really?
yeah. I think they have premium version of it.
Check that
All of these things have a free version, but
Yeah.
nobody sticks with the free version if they're actually gonna use it. It's just too tempting
Yeah.
to get the extra.
It
features.
depends how much you're gonna use it, right?
Yeah,
And what you're gonna use it for.
but I think we're gonna be using this stuff a lot.
You can upload like that report that we found on OC Fast Stats
Mhm.
that had the year over year, and upload it to this and say, write me a brief summary of what this says. And it'll write a summary and you could make a flyer out of it.
It's almost scary.
Yeah.
Actually, it's
My buddy
very-
pays for the ChatGPT premium, and I guess he can just, he goes on blocks and has conversations with it like it's his best friend.
Like her.
Yeah, exactly. So
Hey,
it's just
sweetheart,
like, wow,
how are
that's
you
kinda
today?
creepy, but also I guess kinda cool.
Yeah.
I've heard role playing injection with Grok.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Nice.
All right, let's see, what's
Not
Dropbox?
to argue.
Oh, I love that.
So Dropbox, this is another one that Ryan reminded me of. I use Dropbox. Dropbox is an online, like a cloud service to save your documents, right? Like a online storage, cloud storage system. And what you can do is you can install it on your desktop, and it'll create a folder for you. Anything you save on that folder is gonna save onto your account on the cloud. You can access it from your cell phone, from your desktop. You can go on the internet from any computer and go to Dropbox.com and sign in and find all your documents. You get so much space for free, but you can pay to have, to get more space. But this is where I keep all my all the documentation for my transactions. And for those of you that haven't sat through the organizational class on how I recommend that you guys save your documents, you create a folder that says transactions. Within that folder, you create other folders, one for each transaction, 123 Main Street, 72 Main Street, whatever it is. And within 123 Main Street, now you open that folder up, and then you create a folder that says executed documents. You're gonna put all of your fully executed signed documents in there that are required for the checklist. So now you have a copy of it, and then when you're ready to upload it to SkySlope for the brokers to get a copy, all you have to do is open up the folder and just start uploading each form at a time. It just makes it so much easier.
What I found useful is if you're scaling your business, because again, I'm not a high volume real estate sales agent, but I do have all these properties I manage, so I have 84 folders sitting in Dropbox, one for each property. So I've got their proof of insurance in there, I've got the current tenant with his existing lease, I've got all the paperwork that the owner has signed with me in Dropbox. And as soon as I put it on my laptop in that folder, well, now I've got it on my phone too. So when I'm out and about and I'm doing a drive-by by the property, I don't remember that tree being cut down, and if I can pull it up, I got all my pictures right on my phone too. And then if, for example, my brother's also in the business, when I'm back in town, and I'm asking him to handle something, he says, hi, I need the information on 9 Pacific Road. Share the folder with him, now he's got access to all that information on his phone too. So it just, when it comes to like scaling and dealing with large volumes of information, I find it's the easiest way to kind of put it in multiple places at once where you always have access to it no matter where. So
It's also great if you want to send lots of high res photographs that are you can get a folder that's too big to email, send them a Dropbox link. I've been using Dropbox for years, way before I started doing that, and it's fantastic for getting information to people.
Yeah, so when you email it to them, there's a link, they
Yeah,
click on
and
that
then click on the
link.
link and they get everything,
Yeah.
and the full resolution.
Yeah.
Right.
So this is good for so many different things, but, I can't stress enough how much this has helped me.
And you, like you were saying, you can do similar things with Google Drive and Microsoft. Word.
And then there's box.com, I think.
Yeah,
There's-
but I found this would just be the easiest,
Yeah.
most simple and intuitive to use, so.
I think they've been doing it longer too. So, yeah, I recommend this, Brian recommends it, again, there's other things you use, Google Drive. But this is, I think, one of the best ones. And it's free, so. Let's see here, and then going to off of this and going to our organization, I just wanted to show you guys an example of it. Because just saying it doesn't really help you visualize it, so what you're gonna do is, you're gonna create a new folder. And like, let's say it's gonna be for transactions. Open that folder. And then within that folder, you're gonna create a new folder. So let's right click and say new. And this folder is gonna be 123 Main Street. And then inside that folder, you're gonna have, I don't know, maybe it's a lease. This is what I do for my leases. I create a new folder. This is, let's say it's a lease listing. We create a new folder, and I'm gonna say applicants. And then inside that folder, which now we're getting deep into the matrix, right? I'm gonna create a folder for each applicant, because everyone's gonna have their own. You're gonna have your applications, their bank statements, their pay stubs, maybe their driver's license, whatever it is. So I'm gonna make a new folder for the Smiths. And I'm gonna make another one for the Jones. So now let's close out this and go back into transactions. And you're gonna have a list of all your different transactions, right? So for example, here, we're gonna go into Main Street. Hey, let me pull up the applications for the Joneses. So I'm gonna go in there, applicants. And then go into the Joneses. Now I'm gonna have all their information to submit, ready to submit. So before I present that to the landlord, I'm gonna save it this way so that I can send each email separately for each applicant and just include all of their information. But not only that, I'm also going to go back here and create a new folder for executed. I like to do executed. For all executed documents, anything that's required on the checklist, right? So it's gonna be the lease, it's gonna be the LRM, it's gonna be the WCN, like all the different forms that are required for it. And I have a record of it. Now I can easily upload it to SkySub for the brokers to have a copy of it. And if anyone ever needs it, I just go here. I know exactly where it is, right? You also want to do this for email. So within your email, you have different folders. You have your inbox, you have your deleted. Create folders, create a transactions folder. Well, you can do whatever you want to do. This is how I organize mine, and it's very helpful. The same way here, a transactions folder. Then within that folder, then you're gonna have a folder, each one of your transactions. And anytime you get any emails having to do with that transaction from the buyer, the seller, the other agent, the escrow, everybody, you're gonna put all those emails into that folder. So now you don't have to look through your whole inbox to try to find these emails. You're gonna go specifically to that folder to find it. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. But I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. Yeah, that's everything. So does anyone have any questions?
You mentioned Canva earlier.
Yeah.
Canva, that's an individual account, you just set that up and,
A lot of free.
Yeah,
a lot
Canva's
of
free.
Features.
Oh, okay.
My wife is a teacher, so I use her paid version, so it has all the bells and whistles, but.
I paid for that version as well, and it's so useful.
So have you heard of
So
Canva? You know
it's-
Canvas? Okay.
yeah.
So
They have so many
Yeah.
templates for flyers and postcards and
I mean,
social media
someone like
posts.
me,
my previous broker, we did something LCA marketing.
Fantastic, yeah, sure.
It was good, but it was free,
Yeah.
so that kind of, why would you pay for something that's 99% of what you're getting anyways?
Well, and if you want Coldwell Banker templates,
Mhm.
we're gonna set you up, but when you go into mycbdesk.com, there's a tile over here that's Marketing Center.
Mhm.
And there's different templates for flyers, postcards, everything's already branded, so you could just plug in your photo, your property photos, the description and so forth. Let's go to templates. All templates come up, show up. Let's say I want a brochure. Different formats that you can select. And so let's say I want to make a brochure. Let's just say I want like a regular flyer, one-page flyer. Let me go on there. This is pretty simple here. Yeah, you're just gonna upload the picture, your picture, description, headline. This is a pretty simple one. But you weren't here for the class that we had on Tuesday, but we have this suite of tools called Moxie, and within that, there's a tool called Impress. And when you have a listing, it automatically picks it up from the MLS and creates a whole marketing packet for you, which is really cool. So I think I can show you what that looks like. I have a listing in here. Hopefully it's still up. You'll get an email saying your marketing package is ready for you. Cool. And it creates a flyer for you, a postcard, an email that you can e-blast, a property website. Let me go to Moxie Impress. And here's the property. And you can say, let's see, manage, view projects. This is what it created for me. All these different things. So like, let's say I wanted to do, I want to use maybe this one. It pulls the photos from the MLS, the property description and everything, and it creates this for you. And you can always edit, modify, do whatever you want, change the pictures around. But this is what it looks like. So it looks like this is the front and this is the back. And then this is the inside of it. So it'll be one big picture.
Can you add your own logo in addition to the Coldwell Banker logo?
It might have a section for that. Let me see. Let's go on edit and see. See, I don't want this picture because it kind of looks like it's on there twice, so I'm gonna move that out of the way. And, all right, so. Okay, click here. Text, okay, that's good. So let's go to contact. Doesn't look like it allows you to enter the photo to it. Not this flyer. Right. But it's pretty cool. I mean, yeah. We'll go back to home and look at the other projects, the other flyers. So let's go here.
The fact that it pulls together all those different formats, you don't have to duplicate work.
Yeah.
Tremendous.
This is an email. If you want to send this out to your clients. Or to your list of your, sphere of influence or something. It automatically does everything, which is really cool. So, yeah, very nice. All right, so let's just leave it there. And then just a reminder, next week we have that Bringing Blue to You event in Bray next Thursday. So if you guys want to attend, you have to scan the QR code that I emailed out and register. And I'm gonna be there out there all day, but for realtors, it's from 9:30 to 12:30. You're gonna hear different speakers from Coldwell Banker offices. They're gonna talk about, helpful things for your business. Read the email, there's more information there, but it's gonna be pretty good. So,
Thanks, Carlos. It's very
you're welcome.
Very helpful stuff, Carlos. Thank you.
Are you guys able to see my screen?
No, I'm still stuck on the, Impress.
Okay, yeah, that's where I'm at now. Okay, I thought
Okay.
it was sharing for some reason. All right, so
Thank you, Carlos.
you're welcome. How come it's not showing here? There we go. Stop sharing. Carrie, I see you at the gym.
No, you won't.
Why?
Oh, Zach knows I fractured my lower back.